Oh, look, there's fruits falling from the tree now. The avocado tree, like, see, everything has a purpose, a symbolism, and everything. This world is not what we thought it was. This world is not what we thought it was. There's something unreal about this world that we're living in, you know. And whatever it is, we're there's a war being waged against us, on very many levels. There's a war being waged against us. And like like it has for me it really has to do with personal experience, things that's happened throughout my life, that's like making sense. Like, people that have come into my life, like, my grandpa, he's ex-military and everything. My dad, like grandpa, like from World War II and everything. You know, there was one incident, like, I don't know how much I should reveal, but I don't care if they know who I am. I don't care if they know who I am, but like, I don't want to bring any bad stuff onto anyone if this, conspiracy is real. But my grandpa, he was 442nd, AJAs, Americans with Japanese ancestry. You know, I don't know if you heard about the story of the Lost Battalion. Like, essentially, there were soldiers from Texas, and they sent in the Japanese soldiers, American troops, to go and rescue the guys from Texas and everything. And that was a very noble thing if you think about it, and everything. But the particular unit or what have you that my grandpa was in, the colonel that was leading that unit, he said, "No, I'm not going to send this unit in. Like, I'm not going to send my boys to die and everything." And my grandpa was a part of that unit and everything. So he was kept safe. My dad, during the Vietnam War and everything, he was stationed in Germany while his brothers went to Vietnam. My dad was kept safe. You gotta understand, this entire existence has been planned out from day one, in a sense, from day one. And you talk about you hear about Illuminati symbolism. You see, this is going to be a reverse image, but that's the 442nd emblem. Go for broke. It's a torch with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars. Go for broke. Go for broke. That's their motto and everything. You see, the symbolism, it's everywhere. My grandpa was head of border water supply on the Big Island, and and like he was a big advisor here in Hawaii. He served on several governors, administrations, and whatnot. You see, like, in a sense, like, my family could be potentially connected. My family could be potentially connected. I think my grandpa was the head of the Department of Land and Natural Resources at one time. This is something interesting about Hawaii. They do not put fluoride in their water. My grandpa is very opposed to the fluoridation of Hawaii's water. So, yeah, Hawaii is one of the few places in the nation that does not fluoridate their water. See, that's something interesting to think about. And the fact that we have so much military, based here in Hawaii and everything, and like, it's just outrageous and everything. I went to this one college, Heald College. I was taking up electronics technology at one point and everything, but because I'm part colorblind, they told me, "Oh, that's a screen out for like 90% of the government jobs, or like 80 to 90%." So, like, I dropped out of that, and then again I went back and I was taking up health information technology at one point. But even then, like, I something about college or school, it didn't work for me. I That's not my mindset. I'm not bound. I cannot allow myself to be bound to one thing. And this is the weird thing. Physically, like, this is what I used to look like. Yeah, and then this is me now, like, real, like, transformation. I've been losing weight for the past few years. Like, this was back in '07, and like since then I've been rapidly losing weight, and like people have been asking me, "Oh, what is your secret? What is your secret? Is it a diet? What is it?" And like, I'm like, I don't know. It's like I wasn't using any heavy drugs or anything, that would cause severe weight loss, everything. Although, like, I have dabbled, like, like, think what you want and everything, but I used to smoke like a lot of marijuana at one point and everything, and I've dabbled with psychedelics on one occasion, and like those incidents, like, you hear about all this talk, like reptilian conspiracies, shapeshifters and whatnot. One, like, like, I don't care. about my credibility. This has nothing to do with my credibility. This has to do with raising awareness to the true reality. Like, people think, oh yeah, like, you know, oh, all this crazy stuff is going on, but you know what? You can't do anything about it. You can't change it. But the truth is, if you're aware, you can change things. You can change things. That's a lie. That's a lie that the system is telling you, you know? Like, we have all the power to change things. That's what they're scared of. They're trying to prevent this awakening on every level possible, you know? It's like, oh, like, I guess they can control the weather and everything, so what should I do? Oh, I guess I gotta go to school. I gotta go to work, you know? I gotta earn money and everything. I gotta go to church and everything, worship God, you know, and everything. Like, all this, like, conflicting things, that's all mind control, trying to keep you away, distracted from the reality and the illusions of this world and everything. Like, wow, look at that rain and everything. You can see the rain. Yeah, and it's funny, that car's a hybrid. A hybrid, you know, you gotta think about it. Like, you know, things that I've learned about myself, like, you know, I'm multi-racial, multi-ethnic, and then you hear all these things about eugenics experiments and how my grandpa and my father, like, they were both kept out of harm's way, you know, like these various wars, and then you hear about eugenics. You hear about eugenics. You know, I'm part Scottish, I'm part Irish, part Japanese, part Native American, part French Canadian, and this one I'm not 100% sure on, but like, because, like, you know, perhaps my grandpa doesn't even know, but there are little things that happened throughout my life. And then recently, like, you know, when I was already thinking about this, when I had a conversation with my mother, she kind of confirmed it. Like, esoterically, we found out